Hey everybody, it's John with National Sports Entertainment, and today I wanted to look into just the four basketball games for now. I've noticed, and I'm doing it to try and make it convenient for people, but what I've been doing is getting all my picks into like one video essentially, but then my college basketball picks will get lost in the mix or not, someone won't be able to kind of just see if say they're watching basketball, I don't think they want to hear about college baseball, all these different games. So I just thought for now, so we got four games today. I was going to do a video where I went into college, some later college games and this, but I think it's best to keep it separate. It also avails me, because my storage sucks so bad, a little more time to go into why I like the team. So we're going to run through the four basketball games today. And I can say that I like all four of them a lot. That's very rare. Usually, they don't all fit a metric. This one I like because Dallas has been abysmal against the spread this year. They're actually the league worst, okay? Which you'd expect maybe the Lakers or Nets because they want to embarrass teams like that. But as you can see, when we look at the best team, we got Portland and Sacramento. And you'll have teams finish right where Sacramento, Indiana are. That mid-60s, okay? Just so you know. Even high 60s. So a team could finish here. So nobody on the top here is jumping out at me. But what is the bottom. Anyone under 40, that's probably not holding. You might have a high 30 hold. That's happened. But Dallas at 25 is not holding. So I absolutely love Dallas. And I think the Lakers play too. And even though they've just won a bunch on the spread, I'll go into them in a second into why I like the Lakers. And I think they are playing. But Dallas to cover this all day. It's still 2.5, hasn't moved. I honestly think this could be a blowout. But just if you want to keep it safe, I would go with Dallas, simple cover spread. They get off that metric. That's all you need to know. Here we have a very similar one, okay? We have a team that's been shooting the lights out, okay? They've been scoring so much. And when that happens, the public is going to... I'm sorry if I'm a little nasally, too. I just woke up, got a little, post-nasal drip. So, I just thought I'd rather get my video out than wait 2 hours until my allergies cleared up. But anyway, I like Oklahoma City here, the under, because, again... these things just don't hold. And when you have them at 73%, they've just played another game where they went over by a lot. You can see Houston's going over. Teams see that, and they're going to pick the over thinking, okay, well, they go over a lot. That's where a lot of these handicappers are off. They'll tell you to pick a team because they're X on the spread or X on the over. And I don't know why more people haven't caught on that you're never going to have a team finish 30. Maybe one team will finish in the 30s against the spread. But this 25% for the Mavs, this 70% on the over doesn't hold. For that same reason, I love the Lakers here. As you can see, every one of their wins, they've covered. Every one of their covers, they won the game. Meaning, I don't think they've won one game as an underdog. They were getting 8 points and they just covered the spread. The only ones that they've won and covered, I believe, have been they were favorites and then they blew out the other team, and they've been these little flurries. So I do like the Lakers to get to 7-11, cover the spread, and again they're going to go on these little runs that give people hope. So they'll steamroll 3 or 4 shitty teams in a row, but then they'll get completely trounced by the Pelicans or something. So I think they will win and cover there. And for the final one to round it out, I was looking at both of these teams. With these ones, neither one fits a specific metric. With these teams, nobody... as far as narratives, I was looking into it. And I'm like, well, 7's rough because Jazz they just missed 7 against the Warriors. So are they going to make up and give it to them this time? Then the Jazz are slightly better against the spread. So I went back to old-fashioned narratives, and it has me liking the Suns. Again, I think the Jazz, they want to start them off looking pretty good, but I think they want the Suns, especially at home. They need that, especially with the Warriors just looking so powerful at home. They need the Suns to look really, really tough to beat. And Jazz are considered a good team this year. So you destroy the Jazz. Now it's okay, we're still the best team in the West. Not the Warriors, not the Mavs, it's us. Or whoever you want to call the best team in the West. not the Clippers. So I think that's what Phoenix is. The goal is tonight is to make these guys on the Jazz look good. They're going to look good. Probably be a high-scoring game. But I think that at the end, the Suns' defense comes in. I think there are guys like your Bridges. Again, this guy's he's next level right now. They come in, and you can't really stop him when he's getting hot. When Cameron Payne, with Chris Paul out, another thing, people just assume that shaves like 5 points off the game. Chris Paul is a point shaver, okay? I've seen this guy shave points. He's terrible. So having Cameron Payne in, to me, makes no difference. It's kind of like when JP replaces Curry or when Dinwiddie replaces Luka. You know it doesn't make a difference, okay? There's a reason the Grizzlies won by 45 with an injured Ja. It's because it doesn't matter. So in this case, I don't care that Chris Paul's hurt. I think Booker's going to go off again. Bridges, Ayton. They want to get these guys looking like an unstoppable team, and this is a perfect game to do it. So those are my 4 picks for basketball. I will have the obviously some later college games out. I already did do that video for the ones that I liked a lot. And then I'll also look into some college games. But I wanted to get the whole schedule out there for you guys, and that way anyone that wanted just basketball picks, you can just pick these, put them in the sequence. As you can see, yesterday we did really well. Almost, and again, I've been taking the Lakers to cover a lot, but the reason is it kind of pays off because in the beginning of the year, when they were like 0-6 on the spread, I figured they'd cover. They wouldn't, and they weren't. But now they're making it up, and they're making the covers now. You can argue the same for the Grizzlies. You can argue the same for a lot of these teams. A lot of our basketball picks came through. We had a really good day with basketball, and as you can see, just in general, we had a really good day. But basketball is a great one because of the metric. So many teams still 0% or 100% on spreads and things like that. Just doesn't hold. Does not hold. Would never hold. Find me a time where it did hold, and I will send you an ETH or Bitcoin, whatever you prefer, fraction of Bitcoin. It doesn't happen. And I don't mean these teams that went 0-1 and then they didn't count their games. I'm talking about when you've had teams play like 25 games in college and in history, and you have them at 0%, finishing 0-25 against the spread. I went back. The best I could find in football was 2 teams had one over in college. I'm sorry, 1 team. It was in 2018. 1 team had 1 over in college. And then I went back like 10 years, and I think 2 teams went over once only in college. Still, nobody had 0, but that was the closest I could even find because it's just such a difficult metric to see broken. You don't see zeros and 1%, 100% hold over the course of a season, especially longer seasons like we have with college basketball and the NBA. That's why I do prefer them a little bit for this metric because you have longer seasons, and it kind of gives away when certain teams have to win. But I will go into NFL. I will go into more all the late college games that I might have missed. I just wanted to get these out for you guys, and I think we have an exceptional day. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.